Have you ever wondered if there are subtle cues that can reveal a woman's desire for intimacy? While it's impossible to definitively know someone's inner thoughts, observing her behavior and body language can offer valuable insights. This isn't about guessing games or superficial judgments, but about understanding the underlying emotional and psychological needs that may be driving her behavior. Disclaimer: this exploration is not about making assumptions or misinterpreting every gesture. It's about developing an awareness of potential signs and approaching any interaction with respect and sensitivity. 1. Body language speaks volumes. The human body is a remarkably expressive canvas, constantly conveying a myriad of emotions and desires, often without conscious awareness. When a woman hasn't experienced intimate connection for a period, subtle shifts in her body language may emerge. These subtle cues can provide valuable insights into her subconscious needs and desires. Increased physical proximity: pay close attention to how she positions herself in relation to you. Does she consistently lean in closer during conversations, creating a sense of intimacy and closeness? This subtle shift in physical proximity can indicate a subconscious desire for greater physical connection. Prolonged eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful form of nonverbal communication. Notice if she maintains eye contact longer than usual during conversations. Prolonged eye contact can be a subtle invitation for deeper connection, signaling a desire for increased intimacy and a willingness to engage on a more personal level. Mirroring and matching. Observe if she subtly mirrors your body language. Does she unconsciously mimic your posture, gestures, or even your tone of voice? Mirroring is a subconscious way of building rapport and creating a sense of connection. When a woman subtly mirrors your behavior, it can indicate a subconscious desire for deeper connection and a subconscious effort to establish a sense of rapport. Touch as a form of communication. Pay attention to the subtle ways she initiates or responds to touch. Does she lightly touch your arm during conversation, playfully nudge you, or find ways to create brief moments of physical contact? These seemingly insignificant touches can be powerful indicators of a desire for greater physical intimacy. Open and inviting posture. Observe her overall posture. Does she maintain an open and inviting posture, with her arms and legs uncrossed, facing towards you? This open posture signals a willingness to connect and engage with you on a deeper level. Conversely, a closed-off posture, such as crossing arms or legs, can indicate a sense of distance or reluctance to engage. It's crucial to remember that these are just potential indicators. Body language is a complex and nuanced form of communication, and it's essential to consider the context of each interaction. Cultural background, personal experiences, and individual personality traits can all influence how a woman expresses herself through body language. By carefully observing these subtle cues, you can gain a deeper understanding of her emotional state and her subconscious desires. However, it's crucial to approach these observations with respect and sensitivity. Avoid making assumptions or jumping to conclusions based solely on body language. Instead, use these observations as a starting point for deeper connection and more meaningful interactions. 2. The art of playful provocation. Humor as a gateway to intimacy. Humor plays a vital role in human connection. It can break down barriers, create a sense of ease, and reveal underlying emotions and desires. When a woman begins to incorporate more playful and provocative humor into her interactions with you, it's often a significant indicator that she's interested in exploring a deeper connection. Double-edged humor, a test of receptivity. Pay close attention to the nature of her humor. Does she employ double-edged humor, where the joke has a slightly suggestive or flirtatious undertone? This could be a subtle test to gauge your reaction. If you respond with humor and playfully reciprocate, it encourages her to continue exploring this playful dynamic. However, if you react with discomfort or disinterest, she may quickly retract and shift the conversation. Shifting the tone, from general to personal, observe how the topics of her humor evolve. Does she transition from making general observations to incorporating more personal anecdotes or playful jabs related to your shared experiences? This shift suggests that she's comfortable with the level of intimacy in the conversation and is willing to explore more personal and potentially risque territory. Self-deprecating humor, a sign of vulnerability. Pay attention to the use of self-deprecating humor. When a woman uses self-deprecating humor in your presence, it can be a sign of vulnerability and trust. She's allowing you to see a less guarded side of herself and inviting you to connect with her on a more personal level. Testing your boundaries, pushing the envelope gently. Observe how she reacts to your responses to her humor. Does she gently push the boundaries of the conversation, observing your reactions and adjusting her approach accordingly? This playful pushing and pulling can be a subtle form of flirtation, allowing her to assess your level of comfort and gauge your interest in reciprocating. Understanding the subtext. It's important to remember that humor can be a highly nuanced form of communication. What may seem like a harmless joke to one person may be interpreted differently by another. Pay close attention to her tone of voice, body language, and overall demeanor. These cues can provide valuable context for understanding the true meaning behind her playful provocations. By carefully observing her use of humor and responding in a playful and engaging manner, you can create a dynamic and exciting connection that encourages further exploration and intimacy. 3. The need for physical affection, a language beyond words. Physical touch is a fundamental human need. It plays a crucial role in our emotional and social development, fostering feelings of connection, safety, and intimacy. When a woman hasn't experienced physical intimacy for a while, her subconscious may begin to seek ways to fulfill this need, even in subtle ways. Increased touch, a subconscious desire for connection. Pay close attention to the frequency and intensity of her physical touch. Does she initiate longer hugs, linger on handshakes, or find subtle ways to touch you during conversation, such as gently brushing your arm or playfully nudging you? These seemingly small gestures can be powerful indicators of a subconscious longing for physical intimacy. Creating opportunities for proximity. Observe if she creates opportunities for increased physical proximity. Does she offer to help you with tasks that require close physical contact, such as carrying something heavy or adjusting your chair? Does she find excuses to be physically close to you, such as sitting next to you when there's ample space available? These seemingly casual actions can be deliberate attempts to increase physical intimacy and create a sense of closeness. Mirroring touch, a form of nonverbal communication. Pay attention to how she responds to your touch. Does she mirror your touch, such as returning a hug with equal intensity or gently touching your arm in response to your touch? This mirroring of touch can be a powerful form of nonverbal communication, indicating a desire for reciprocal physical connection. The power of touch in building intimacy. It's important to remember that physical touch is not solely about sexual intimacy. Gentle touches, such as holding hands, a comforting pat on the shoulder, or a warm embrace, can create a strong sense of emotional connection and intimacy. Understanding the subtext. While increased physical contact can be a significant indicator of interest, it's crucial to interpret these cues within the context of your relationship and her overall personality. Some people are naturally more tactile than others. Pay attention to her overall demeanor and how she interacts with others. Is this increase in physical contact specific to your interactions, or is it a general pattern in her behavior? By carefully observing these subtle shifts in her physical behavior, you can gain a deeper understanding of her desire for connection and intimacy. Remember to approach these observations with respect and sensitivity, allowing her to express her needs and desires in her own time and manner. 4. Sharing intimate details, a window into her emotional landscape. When a woman hasn't experienced intimate connection for a while, she may begin to exhibit increased vulnerability and openness in her conversations. This increased sharing of personal details can be a subtle yet significant indicator of her desire for deeper emotional connection. Vulnerability as a sign of trust, sharing personal stories, expressing her feelings openly, and discussing past relationships require a level of trust and vulnerability. When a woman begins to share these intimate details with you, it suggests that she feels safe and comfortable in your presence and is willing to deepen the emotional connection between you. Longing for connection, expressing unmet needs, pay close attention to the themes of her conversations. Does she frequently express feelings of loneliness, talk about missing the companionship of a partner, or share her desires for a deeper connection? These seemingly casual statements can reveal a deeper emotional need for intimacy and a longing for a fulfilling relationship. Creating a safe space for emotional sharing. When a woman begins to share her innermost thoughts and feelings with you, it's crucial to create a safe and supportive space for her to express herself. Listen attentively, offer empathy and understanding, and avoid interrupting or minimizing her emotions. 5. Subtle signs of jealousy, a complex emotion. Jealousy is a complex emotion that can manifest in various ways. While overt jealousy can be off-putting, subtle signs of jealousy can sometimes indicate an underlying interest and a desire to maintain a strong connection with you. Subtle reactions to mention of other women. Pay close attention to her nonverbal and verbal cues when you mention other women. Does she become noticeably quiet, change the subject abruptly, or make slightly sarcastic or dismissive comments? These subtle reactions could indicate a subconscious desire for your attention and a concern about potential competition. Increased effort to connect. Observe if she increases her efforts to connect with you after you mention other women. Does she initiate more conversations, suggest spending more time together, or find ways to subtly reassert her presence in your life? This increased effort to connect could be a subconscious attempt to re-establish her position in your life and ensure that you continue to prioritize her. Playful teasing and competition. In some cases, subtle jealousy can manifest as playful teasing or a subtle sense of competition. For example, she might playfully tease you about your interest in other women or subtly boast about her own accomplishments and social life. Understanding the subtext of jealousy. It's important to remember that jealousy is a multifaceted emotion. It's crucial to approach these observations with sensitivity and avoid making hasty judgments. Subtle signs of jealousy can be an indicator of interest, but they can also stem from insecurity or past experiences. 6. Creating opportunities for intimacy. When a woman is seeking intimacy, she often makes subtle but intentional efforts to foster a deeper connection with you. These actions may not be overt, but they reflect her desire to cultivate closeness and trust. Here are some expanded ways she might create such opportunities. Inviting you for one-on-one time. A key signal that a woman is interested in intimacy is her desire to spend quality time with you, often in private settings. She may suggest activities that allow for uninterrupted conversation and personal interaction. For example, suggesting quiet dates, whether it's a cozy dinner at a favorite restaurant, a movie night at home, or a stroll through a peaceful park. She may propose plans that focus on the two of you spending time alone together. This type of time is conducive to open conversations, making it easier to connect emotionally. Inviting you into her personal space. If she asks you to join her in a more personal environment, such as her home or a favorite cafe, this is a clear indication that she feels comfortable with you and is hoping to build a more intimate bond. Planning private adventures. Instead of group outings or casual hangouts, she might suggest experiences like hiking in a secluded area, attending an art show, or going to a quiet beach. These moments allow for deeper connection away from distractions. Creating a comfortable atmosphere. Once you're together, she may take steps to ensure the environment feels inviting and comfortable, encouraging a sense of safety and closeness. This atmosphere can make it easier for both of you to open up and enjoy each other's company. Physical space considerations. She may adjust the physical environment to make it more inviting. For instance, dimming the lights to create a softer ambience, or lighting candles to add warmth and intimacy to the space. These adjustments signal her intention to create a more relaxed atmosphere. Music and sound. Soft music, perhaps a favorite playlist, can help ease tension and foster a calm, intimate environment. The right kind of music can create a shared experience and provide an emotional backdrop for meaningful conversations. Touch and proximity. Pay attention to her body language. She may subtly position herself closer to you, perhaps leaning in during a conversation or placing her hand near yours. These small physical gestures are often a way of building intimacy without words. Fostering emotional safety. Alongside the physical environment, she may also work to make the space emotionally safe. This could involve listening attentively, showing understanding, and being open to sharing personal thoughts. Emotional intimacy is just as important as physical proximity in creating a sense of closeness. 7. The art of constant flirting. Flirting, when it becomes a consistent and playful aspect of your interactions, can be a powerful signal that a woman is interested in developing a deeper connection. It often serves as a subtle and fun way for her to express attraction and affection, and it can build a sense of closeness and excitement. Below are key elements of how flirting might manifest and what to look out for. Playful teasing and banter. Flirting often thrives on lighthearted humor and a bit of playfulness. If she engages in teasing or bantering, it can be an indication that she's comfortable with you and wants to build a fun, relaxed connection. Some examples to look for. Lighthearted teasing. She may tease you about something you've said or done, not in a mean-spirited way, but as a way of showing affection and playfulness. For example, she might gently poke fun at your choice of clothing or a comment you made in a light and funny manner. Suggestive comments. She might make occasional playful, slightly suggestive remarks that hint at attraction. These comments might not be overtly sexual, but they carry a sense of flirtation, sometimes in the form of jokes or innuendo. Engaging in witty back and forth. A playful back and forth where she matches your wit and humor can be an indicator of interest. This type of interaction can create a sense of shared energy and make conversations feel more engaging and exciting. Prolonged eye contact and lingering touches. Nonverbal cues are often key indicators of a woman's attraction, and flirting is often expressed through body language. Here's how eye contact and touch play a role. Prolonged eye contact. One of the most powerful ways she may signal interest is through eye contact. If she holds eye contact with you for longer than usual, it could be her way of expressing attraction. Eye contact can be intimate and can create a connection that feels personal and meaningful. Lingering touches. Physical touch often accompanies flirting, and a woman may initiate touches that linger slightly longer than what would typically be considered casual. Whether it's a brief touch on your arm, a playful tap on your shoulder, or a hand resting gently on your back, these subtle actions can signify warmth and closeness. Increased physical proximity. She may gravitate toward you in a group setting, subtly finding ways to get closer or positioning herself near you during conversations. This increased proximity can create an unspoken connection and foster a sense of intimacy. Important considerations. Respect and sensitivity. It's crucial to approach these signs with respect and sensitivity. Flirting can be nuanced, and different women express their interest in various ways. It's important to avoid jumping to conclusions about her feelings based solely on these behaviors. Rather than assuming a specific meaning, it's key to consider her comfort and boundaries at all times. Individuality. Every person is unique, and their way of flirting or expressing interest may differ. Some women might be naturally playful, sarcastic, or outgoing, and their flirting might look different from others. Pay attention to her individual personality and communication style. Some women may be more direct or shy, while others might be more subtle in their approach. Focus on connection. The ultimate goal of noticing these signs is not to decode or overanalyze every move she makes, but to build a genuine connection. Pay attention to how she communicates with you, the depth of your conversations, and the way she interacts with you over time. By doing so, you'll be able to foster a deeper understanding and connection based on mutual respect and genuine affection. Conclusion. Understanding the subtle signs of a woman's desire for intimacy is not about reading her every action with suspicion or trying to decode every detail. Rather, it involves paying attention to her body language, her humor, her communication style, and how she engages with you. Flirting can be an important tool for building attraction, but it's just one aspect of a broader connection. To navigate these signs effectively, approach them with empathy, respect, and a genuine interest in understanding her as an individual. Building intimacy requires both parties to be open, considerate, and willing to connect on a